Greetings! Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we look at another indie game. This time I'm checking out the new side-scrolling beat-em-up called Josh's Journey Darkness Totems. This is the breakout by Brazilian-based Provincia Studios and was published by Pqube, who released several popular games I previously covered, including Tormented Souls, Metal Max Xeno and Potion Permit. Josh's Journey is an old-school coin op beat-em-up that was inspired by classics like Golden Axe and Castle Crashers. In addition to 4-player cooperative play, the game also implements some new ideas to the genre, such as a party of characters with unique skills that you can freely swap between, and a light RPG progression system. The PlayStation has recently received a number of quality beat-em-up titles, and we've been enjoying the resurgence to the genre. Unfortunately, the game wasn't received too well by the community, with reviews citing a number of issues such as inconsistent difficulty and severely unbalanced characters. However, we're all huge beat-em-up fans, so I rounded up Mr. Bubbles and Bite-Sized Goat to help me determine whether Josh's Journey is worth undertaking. Unlike many beat-em-up games, Josh's Journey contains a story, which is presented by cutscenes at the end of each level. The story takes place in the Province world, a once peaceful place that has come under siege by an evil entity called the Darkness Shadow. The Darkness Shadow created 4 magical totems, allowing his army to invade the Province world, and it's up to 4 heroes to fight back against the shadow monsters, destroy the totems, and save their people. As you progress through the game, you'll also learn the backstory of the heroes and their relationship with each other. Josh's Journey allows 4 players to battle their way through 4 chapters representing each of the totems. You can freely rotate between any character not controlled by another player, with each character possessing their attacks and special abilities. As you defeat enemies, you'll earn experience orbs, which can be used to improve your abilities and purchase new ones via the game's upgrade system. The game's hand-drawn art and soundtrack is an excellent complement to the fast-paced combat, but it wasn't long before we ran into several serious issues with the game, which impacted our enjoyment of the campaign and made it impossible to complete. Firstly, the game difficulty is one of the highest I've ever seen in any beat-em-up game, and not in a good way. Enemies do massive amounts of damage, and levels are filled with hazards that can kill you in seconds. I'm not joking when I say this game rivals Dark Souls in terms of difficulty, requiring dozens of attempts to complete levels successfully, even with 3 people playing the game. Secondly, the controls are some of the worst I've ever seen. Attacks will not land due to poorly implemented hitboxes. This problem becomes worse when you realise there's virtually no healing items to find, and the only way to restore your health is to be resurrected by another member of the party. In order to do this, you have to stand precisely on top of another player to resurrect them, resulting in many unfair deaths. Then there is the boss battles, which are just plain broken. Bosses have gigantic health bars and multiple stages requiring massive amounts of damage to defeat. All of the bosses constantly summon enemies at such a rate, we ended up ignoring them. Our run of Josh's Journey ended after 100 attempts to defeat the second boss of the game, who alternated between filling the screen with acid projectiles and constantly summoning waves of monsters. Finally, the game characters are completely unbalanced, with the party members with access to ranged attacks having a massive advantage over the melee characters. Josh's Journey is a beat-em-up game that attempts to provide a fresh take on the genre, and it does have some interesting concepts. It also has the advantage of being a 4-player cooperative game, which is a rare thing on the PlayStation. Unfortunately, it suffers from several very serious issues that fundamentally break the game, and make it impossible for us to complete the campaign. There are several issues with the game's difficulty that would make it impossible for younger players to complete. This is compounded by the janky controls, lack of pickups, unfair boss battles, and severely unbalanced characters. I hope the developer can take this feedback in the spirit it's offered, and use it to address the issues and improve the experience. And if I do hear from the developer, I will give you an update. In the meantime, my suggestion would be to try out some of the other excellent beat-em-up titles on the PlayStation, including Final Vendetta, Fight and Rage, and River City Girls. I hope you enjoyed my review of Josh's Journey, and if you did, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe, as it really helps the channel. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I hope you'll join me next time when we look at another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.